the first date hex, a month of gay sex, and roaches for your ex. Coming up today on The Point.
I like a month of sex. Like, wait, gay sex? Right, whatever.
Qu'est-ce que tu vas me faire? Tu me fais pas peur. Plus de souper avec tes parents.
Hello and welcome to The Point, the only talk show bringing gay and straight men together to see what happens.
Ooh, big
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
It's Valentine's Day this week. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Faye, I love your Valentine's outfit.
Thank you.
On point.
It's on point.
Her boobs are the heart.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you have a heart on.
That's the appropriate ding for that.
Talking point number one, Rhapsody of Scandal. Okay,
Are
so
we talking about this again?
This is about saran wrap.
we haven't talked about this.
No, all of my comments on the last one were cut out.
Okay, so
is that why?
the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, GLAD. Every year they have the GLAD Awards. Gay, lesbian,
It really
bisexual,
sounds like saran
transgender representation in the media, movies, TV. Okay, so Bohemian Rhapsody was nominated for Best Picture, but they have rescinded the nomination because of the movie's controversial director, Bryan Singer.
So it wasn't the best movie
Singer?
of the year. Like that
Okay,
should be
okay,
a, no, that
okay,
should be a big
that's
one
a
too.
different. Okay, Singer has been dogged by rumors and accusations of sexual misconduct for several years, and recently The Atlantic magazine published an article bringing forth fresh allegations. Over the course of a year-long investigation, its reporters spoke to dozens of people. 4 men came forward with new claims, said they had sex with Singer while underage or were victims of inappropriate sexual behavior at his hands. Singer, of course, has responded saying it's sad that The Atlantic would stoop to this low standard of journalistic integrity. Okay, so there's trouble around the director. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bryan Singer was actually kicked off of Bohemian Rhapsody?
He was fired.
Halfway?
They say halfway,
No,
but it was closer to the end.
Yeah.
But
It's like, what,
is it
15 days of production left or something
Yeah, it
like
wasn't
that?
a lot.
Is it fair for GLAD or anybody to rescind a nomination? You know, you're talking about Rami Malek, all the other stars, Queen, the band itself, to punish all of them for Bryan Singer's alleged sins.
It's their own award. They can do whatever they want.
Yes.
Like-
Yeah,
At
they
the same
totally
time- Really?
can. Yeah,
But
100%.
these aren't the first sets of allegations against Bryan Singer.
No.
There
Right.
are tons of allegations. So for the fact that, knowing this going forward, that GLAD even nominated him in the first place, you're like, you knew this kind of going
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
It's kind of, it's a
That's
little
true.
bit like how we're all to blame for Woody Allen. You know what I mean? It's sort of like we've known for 25 years, so nobody gets
but
to
like-
be like, oh, well, let's
we-
whatever. Like,
Adam needs to speak.
you know.
Sorry.
No.
Okay,
At least with that particular case. So anyway, that might be a little bit what Jim's talking about.
When it comes to like Woody Allen, this is the thing that bothers me. Okay, so the whole Woody Allen thing got brought up again, and his whole career was once again like destroyed. Bryan Singer's had this been going on for ages, and everyone's known about it in Hollywood because the whole thing with Bryan Singer is the pool parties that he has, and it's fucking all underage kids, and it's disgusting. So you have tons of allegations with Bryan Singer. Woody Allen's had one allegation against him, as far as I know, and he's had 2 police investigations into him, and both of them he was cleared for. Nothing happened, and everyone seems to forget that Mia Farrow is a psychopath, and
Allegedly.
allegedly a psychopath. But everyone, when the whole Woody Allen thing got brought up again, everyone went after him, and everyone was on Twitter, blah blah blah. But then the Bryan Singer thing gets brought up, and it's like, oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah. No one says anything. No one says a word. Instead, we're talking about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ooh,
Or
good
Rape
play on
City.
words.
No, but here's the thing. I understand not nominating him for Best Director. I get that, because that is just about him. A Best Picture nomination is about the entirety of the project. It's about the actors. It's about the writers.
Yeah,
You
it's about
all knew going
No,
in
but
that
no,
he
okay,
was disgusting, and you still signed
So
on. And then to have,
Rami
Rami
Malek-
Malek come out and be like, "Oh, my time with him was hard and rough too." Like, shut up! Like, no.
Other than that, though,
Sorry.
the thing-
Sorry.
No, I'm
Hold on,
sorry.
hold on.
No.
Other
No,
than
no,
that,
no.
though, the other
No.
thing too is with even if you do that and say, okay, well, he doesn't get a Best Director nomination, which he shouldn't. The movie's not good
Not
enough
that
for
great.
that.
It's okay.
And then
It's
shouldn't
not that
get a
great.
Best
Yeah,
Picture
no.
nomination because of the merits of the film. But also, when you do then allow nominations and allow, like the actor and Best Picture and Best Music and whatever else you want to nominate, that translates to money for the movie and people being like, oh, it's getting all this acclaim, we should go see it, which translates to the studio saying, hey, this guy makes us money. They don't give a shit about people, they give a shit about money. So if you stop that flow of money by praising something and getting more people to give money to it, there's less likely that they're going to give him jobs in the future.
But he's
And,
also, it's been reported that he's still being paid $40 million.
Look at all
for
the acclaim
movie.
for
Well,
Bohemian
okay.
Rhapsody, and he's got a new movie
there was-
coming too.
He's actually directing an upcoming movie called Red Sonja.
Okay.
And Anthony Rapp, who actor, and who implicated Kevin Spacey. He was one of the alleged victims of Kevin Spacey. In this,
He also played Mark in the original Broadway cast of Rent.
Rent, that is correct.
Fantastic.
He has said that people should steer clear of Bryan Singer and not take part in anything. He wrote that any actor who agrees to work on this film is complicit in keeping a predator in power and will be put on blast.
Is that the Star Trek guy?
Yeah, he's on the new Star Trek Discovery as well.
Yeah. The producer of Red Sonja has defended keeping Singer on as the movie's director, saying, quote, I know the difference between agenda-driven fake news and reality, and I am very comfortable with this decision.
You're comfortable with someone who, jerked off like a 16-year-old in the
Well,
locker
he's
room?
saying, I mean,
Allegedly.
he's saying that it's fake, that the reporting is fake.
Well, then he's gonna, if it comes out as true between now and the release of the movie, or after the release of the movie, then he's got no one to blame but himself if the movie tanks, because people are boycotting it because Bryan Singer is a monster, right? You're putting yourself in that position.
And the other question is, had there been, I can think of maybe Chris Hardwick as one case of a situation where somebody was trying to go after him, and it turned out, that actually really wasn't the whole story, that wasn't what actually happened, and he wasn't a predator and whatever kind of thing. But it's not like there's a whole laundry list of people who have been gone after, who are not predators, who are not terrible people, who don't deserve it. So, why don't you just maybe not give him another job right now and investigate these allegations, and then when you find out that it's true or not true, if it's not true, great, give him this next Red Sonja job or whatever you want to do. And if it is true, fucking put him in prison. Yeah. I don't get why this producer's saying oh, it's whatever, it's this, is that. You're doubling down at a bad time.
That seems really silly to me, and I don't understand the Red Sonja decision. But I still don't understand slamming Bohemian. You can slam Bohemian Rhapsody if you don't think it's a good film or it's a good representation of Freddie Mercury or the LGBT community, fine. But to slam the entire movie and to say this movie is not worthy of any praise because of a problematic director, I think is unfair. You said Roseanne, well, they refashioned it the Connors, right? I think we can all agree about this.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Logan Paul.
Back to this?
Okay, so
Why is she back?
you know that he
Bryan Singer's look.
he had
Why
this
did she use
thing
the same picture?
where he was, because he's holding a pickle.
The cucumber.
He's holding his pickle. I'm Jewish. It's a pickle. It's a sour dill. Oh my God. He said he got in trouble for saying on his show that he was going to have men only March, where he was going to go gay for the month of March. He got in trouble for that. We talked about it here, but he has come back to defend himself, saying that it wasn't an anti-gay slant. He says, being gay is cool to me. It's a very cool thing.
He does not get it. He needs to stop.
It is incredibly courageous and noble if you are a gay person and put your foot down and defy society and say, this is who I am, this is me, there is nothing more beautiful than being yourself. And he also said that, sexuality is fluid anyway, so it's all
Can I
good.
forgive him on behalf of the entire LGBT community?
Alan, that's enough.
No, I don't even care. I'm sure he loves us. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to
You're
me.
cute.
I just think this is silly, and he thinks being gay is cool, and it is pretty cool. Let me show you. And now it's time for Tito's midpoint.
He would.
What is the midpoint today?
I think it's Fred showing his dick. I don't know.
I'm nervous.
No mercy, baby.
This week we're playing Moot Point, and it is Valentine's Day themed. So I'm gonna read some sentences having to do with
Sentences.
with V-Day, and you guys have to guess if it's true or false.
Okay.
Good. I love a good sentence.
Yeah.
I love a good shut up. Number 1. Valentine's Day started with the Aztecs. True or false?
False.
True.
The Aztecs. False.
Idiot.
I don't know.
The Romans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Romans.
It's Saint
I have
Valentine's Day. They
facts,
had no
but I don't
saints
wanna-
in
Yeah.
Aztec time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Passing out Valentines is a 600-year-old tradition.
True.
True.
Yeah, I would say no. If it's the Romans, it would be older.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think they did that. I think Valentine's Day was separate from that.
Oh.
True.
Oh.
The Romans, it was just babies shooting people.
The oldest record of a Valentine was a poem Charles Duke of Orleans. There you go. Why do I always have a hard time with that word? Wrote to his
So you don't
wife
read it in
when
advance?
he was imprisoned in the Tower of London in 1415.
Oh.
Candy hearts were originally medical lozenges.
Oh, I would say
That's false.
I'll say true.
You gonna say true?
Because they kind of taste crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They taste
Wait, which
kind
ones
of
did we talk about?
medicinal.
The peppermint ones or the
Who knows?
Just
The
candy
chocolate.
hearts.
Just kidding.
Candy hearts.
I'll say
I'm
true.
saying true.
I'm gonna say false.
false?
Saying false.
True.
True.
Look, we got something. We're on the same page.
In
For once.
Simpatico.
In 1847, Boston pharmacist invented a machine that simplified the lozenge production process, resulting in the first candy-making machine. After identifying an opportunity to revolutionize the candy business, Chase shifted his focus to candy production with Necco wafers. The heart shape wasn't always a romantic symbol.
True.
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 Things change over time. True.
It's true. The heart was once widely believed to be human center of memory, where feelings of love were recorded. However, we have French and Italian artists from the 14th century to thank for the symbol that we know and love today, as they were the first ones to start using the motif in their work.
I thought the heart was a butt anyway.
A butt?
Isn't that the whole thing? Like the heart shape is a butt,
I mean,
Well, I love the butt.
Upside
So.
down.
right? Everybody
The butt's
does.
nice. Yeah.
I love
I'm all
the
about
butt.
the butt.
See? It's bringing gay and
I
straight
don't-
together.
Yeah, I don't know.
To see what
I don't know why
happens.
asshole is seen as an insult.
Because you're
That's
an
where
asshole.
shit comes out of.
But it's
Like your mouth.
No, it's an erogenous zone. It's a place of pleasure.
Thanks, man.
All right, moving on.
Americans don't spend a lot on love.
Oh,
They
balls.
probably can't afford it. Their country's fucking
False.
poor.
It's false, they do.
Of course they do.
According to a survey by the National Retail Federation, Americans spent $18.2 billion for Valentine's Day in 2017, and we're expected to spend $19.6 billion in 2018.
Ew.
Why don't they just use that money to build a wall?
And make
We're
Cupid pay for it.
Yes, because the survey was for 2017.
Okay, so it's 2019 now, so they should have that data in by now for what happened last February.
Okay, next.
Both men and women prefer to receive chocolate over flowers.
Really thought you were gonna say oral sex.
I I can only speak for myself. I would say true. I'd rather have chocolate than.
I
don't know.
I'll say true.
I'll say true, but that's like, no, Laura prefers flowers over chocolate. She's very particular about chocolate, but she loves flowers.
Okay.
I say false.
And
False.
it's true.
Yeah.
A survey also found that chocolate sales represent 75% or more of Valentine's Day candy purchases.
That's because roses are freaking expensive around
Oh
Valentine's
my god, that's
Day.
so true.
Yeah,
buy
they
mine
jack
in,
up
like-
those prices.
I buy mine in June and then just wait.
You freeze them.
It's,
No, because
it's
people
always
don't like
horrible.
flowers because flowers die.
Yeah.
So
Just like love.
beautiful.
That was a sad bow.
Coconut are the most popular flavor in chocolate boxes.
Coconut? False. False.
I'm gonna say true because why would you make this up?
I'm gonna say true.
False.
I'm gonna say true.
It's false, you idiot.
That'll cheer.
Because it's
cherry?
gross.
Yeah.
No, but it's actually on the list. But the
most.
most popular is caramels.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that makes more sense.
Caramels are the most popular flavor in chocolate boxes, followed by chocolate-covered nuts, chocolate-filled, cream-filled, and coconut.
I know you like cream-filled nuts.
Oh god.
Who doesn't?
I like all kinds of nuts.
Empty nuts. Full
He's
nuts.
referring to testicles.
Brazil nuts.
About 1 in 10 adults skip Valentine's Day.
Oh, I think it's
No,
higher.
more than that.
I think it's
I'm
higher.
gonna say
Higher.
false.
Do you wanna
Higher.
change
I'm
your
gonna say
answer?
true. No, I'm sticking.
Or
with
false, sorry. I'm saying false.
I'm saying
False.
false.
False. It's higher.
Gotta be higher.
It's false. About 3 in 10.
3.
Yeah.
Thought it'd be more.
Damn straight.
Whether it's because they're single or think the holiday is beyond cheesy, about 3 in 10 adults reported in a survey by the National Retail Federation that they're not celebrating the Day of Love, though they may treat themselves to a small gift or a night out with friends and family, which to me is basically still.
They're not skipping it if
Yeah.
they're just.
I know.
I'm gonna skip it, but take part.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last one. Experiential gifts are on the rise.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Experiential?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, sure.
What's that mean? That's
You
experience.
like
Buying
we're gonna
tickets to
go
a concert
and
or
have
something.
like a spa date
Like an
together,
experience.
or
An
Yeah.
like a
experience
concert.
instead of chocolate.
Instead of just giving you,
don't
this
wanna-
thing.
yes.
You don't want more stuff because then you're gonna end up having to Marie Kondo that stuff and get it out, right?
Right. I would probably just hire an escort. So
Wow.
That's an experience.
that's an experience.
There you go. So
right?
it's on the rise.
So I'm gonna say so true.
Your escort is on the rise.
on the
40%.
rise.
40% of consumers say they want an experience gift,
Wait, so is it
aka
true?
tickets. Yes, it's true. To a concert or other event, an outdoor activity, or an evening out. Although only 24% planned to give one. This gift option is particularly popular with millennials like me. 45% of people aged 18 to 24 and 40% of people ages 25 to 34 said they plan to give experiences for Valentine's.
Okay, what experience would you want? Oh, I actually have a little Valentine.
I do like a
for you.
spa day. I like a spa day or tickets to a concert or.
We'll skip the spa day, but you can have the facial.
What about you, Faye? What experience do you want for
Thanks, Jim.
for Valentine's Day?
I mean, I don't mind just a night at home. I don't need an experience.
She wants her experience in bed at home.
No, I told you this year I was not doing it.
Not doing the sex.
That's sex.
Sex. I just want to watch horror movies and watch people die.
There are horror
Happy
Valentine's
Valentine's
Day movies.
I just want sex for Valentine's Day. That's all I want. And that's an experience. And thank you, Tito, for today's midpoint.
No mercy, baby.
And now it's time for talking point number 2, worst firsts. That's hard to say.
No, it's not.
Not really.
In honor of
Because you're old.
Valentine's, in honor of Valentine's Day, the website AskMen.com came
Stop
up with,
doing that.
came up with their list of the worst first date situations.
Tell us.
With a little bit of advice to go along with each one. Want to know what you think? Number 1, your date doesn't show up.
No, be better looking and more charismatic, and then they'll show up.
Have you ever had a date not show up?
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
No. What happened?
Well, I sat at the ball, so it didn't look like I was actually waiting for anybody.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I was just waiting for him outside like the Eaton Center, and then he didn't show up, and then I realized I was catfished.
You were what?
Catfish.
Oh.
it wasn't great.
Well, how did you?
Wasn't
How
great.
did you? I mean,
What do you mean?
did anybody show up?
Nobody
Nothing,
showed
just
up.
Nothing.
Nobody showed up,
Yeah.
and then he like stopped responding, and then he like blocked my number and stuff, and then I was on like Instagram just like looking at hot guys, and I was like, he looks familiar. I was going to go on a date with him, and it was the picture of the guy.
From someone else.
And then I
Oh,
messaged that guy. I was like, I just got catfished by someone who was using your photos. And he was like, sorry.
Did you date that guy then?
No, I wish. He's really
That's
pretty.
too bad.
Oh. Number 2, your date looks way different in person.
Oh,
Yeah, that's called
happened.
dating. That's what dating is.
Yeah, that's happened for sure. That's happened. My God, especially on like when I was on Plenty of Fish.
Oh God, plenty of
That was a crapshoot. Like every time you're like, which person's gonna show up? And then sometimes like depending on how much of a drought I was on, I would still go out on a date with a person that only had a group pick, and I'm like,
Oh, that's
know?
that's like a Russian roulette.
yeah, you're like four of the 6 people in this picture for sure. I'd go out on a date with. The other 2, who knows? And who
Why
knows who
wouldn't you
shows up?
ask who are you in the picture?
Because I didn't care at that point.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was just like, that was like literally one of those like you up moments, right? And it's just like, all right.
Yes.
This is why I think you never put like like I know you like to like Photoshop and all your pictures, the perfect lighting.
What do you mean?
Hey, I don't know.
I look amazing as is.
I always think don't put your best photo. Don't put your worst, but don't put your
no,
best.
I put a mix of both.
Put a good photo. This way you don't.
Every time you take a photo, I'm like, there's the ring light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's just lighting. That's still,
But it's also the same photo. Tito takes the same photo.
but like sometimes when I
1,000
take the
times.
ring light, I don't have to edit my picture, so it's just the good lighting.
It's just your beautiful face.
Yeah, exactly. Number 3, your date is super rude.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
I've been there. I've been
yeah,
I've
people
been
are
there
like,
too.
Oh, it was
That
awful,
sucks.
and like, yeah, this sucks. Like, and they were like saying shit. It's like, why are you even here? Why did you agree to this when you're acting like this?
Number 4, there's no chemistry. Go out
Yeah,
on the date, and
Yeah.
it's just not happening.
Yeah.
What you're gonna meet
that's
for.
what you got to do.
What do you, yeah, but what do you do if there's no chemistry on the date? What do you do?
You finish the date and you leave, and you
Yeah.
don't see them again.
Handshake,
There you go.
hand wave, high five.
Simple.
See, I'm
Get out.
stupid. I'm the one who's like on the date, like trying so hard to make
make it
chemistry
work.
and everything, because like, bitch, I'm alone.
Desperado over
Yeah,
here.
literally right here. But I'm like, you're so beautiful, just like talking.
what
Oh, well, at least
Try to make it work, but if it doesn't work, there's nothing you can
Nothing.
ultimately
What
do.
if
now.
if you know that there's no chemistry like early on? Do you try to duck out early?
Try
or-
to make it faster, like.
Or I'm thinking if you're Adam here, you try your hardest, see if you can get laid, and then never call
And
them
then
again.
never call
Yes.
them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I
That's
once
what
had a
you're
guy,
doing.
because I let the date, again, a long time ago, I let the date play out when it obviously this was not good. I let the date play out, and he expected that there would be nookie at the end of the date, and I said no. And he got really mad at me. Well, if you knew that.
said no. Then no.
That's shocking.
First time for everything.
Wow.
And he got really mad at me because, well, if we weren't gonna, blah, blah, you should have said something earlier on. And I'm like,
Another indicator
That
of the
would've-
date not going
not
well.
going
that
well.
he was like obviously a shitty person.
number 5, you do something embarrassing on a
Oh.
first date.
Oh my
My
god. This is why
life.
you don't go get food or sushi with people. It's just
Yes.
gonna fall all
Sushi.
over the place and then it's just gonna all over you.
Never do chicken wings.
Chicken, never do chicken.
Nothing with your hands. Don't eat with your hands.
I think if you can survive, if a date is still a good date, and you can go and have pasta or chicken wings and still have a good date, whether you're messy or not, I
Then
think
it's
that's
a good
guaranteed second date material for
Yes,
sure.
100%. Yeah, that's true.
What if you have
That's
like
true.
some stomach issues and you like shot yourself?
But then if you
or
survive,
Why?
you ate something
Wait,
really
has this
bad,
happened
and then
to
you
you?
had to like puke
Tell
and
us
it
the
just ruined-
story.
Yes,
No,
tell the
I'm
story.
just saying like so much shit can go wrong.
did you shit yourself on a date
You go to
once?
Taco Bell on the first
Puke?
date? You go to Taco Bell on the first date?
Did you puke on a date once?
No, I'm just saying like I can imagine people's horror.
I don't believe you. I want a fucking story.
I know.
I don't have interesting stories. Actually, I don't go on that many dates because I'm a hoe and all I do is hook up.
Did you
There
puke?
you go.
Okay.
Have
Now
you puked
you're
on
But,
a dick?
but Adam,
But now I'm in love.
Adam,
Exactly.
if anyone at this table has done something embarrassing on a first date,
Oh God,
It
it's
would be
gonna
you,
be you.
for sure.
Of course.
So
of course.
what have you
I
done?
was on a date once and I brought up like abortion rights and like
Hi, I'm Adam.
religion and I just went off. But he was so attractive. I didn't want the date to end. But oh yeah, I brought up a lot of.
Wait, but okay, so the
First
so
date.
the date didn't agree with you, I assume. if you
He
bring
was
up
like somewhat quiet, so I would assume he wasn't agreeing with what I was saying.
because if you brought, you could talk politics if the other person
you
agrees
can't.
with you. Well, if the other person agrees
Not
with
on
you.
a first date. Never talk politics on a first date. Who are you?
Not on a first date.
No, like get into it. Like, why waste your time? You know, like if these are things you're gonna have to talk about. There are things that you're gonna.
Yeah,
have to,
but you have to like get a ground. Like you have to get.
You don't necessarily have to come out guns blazing like, "Hey, I'm Adam," and let's
do you
all
feel
get
about
abortions.
abortions?
But
You have to know if you
but
like
gotta,
them first, and
yeah,
then when you're
find
like,
your
okay,
chemistry.
maybe
Yes,
I can see
but-
something happening. Let's dive into the topics that matter, not like right away.
But you got to start sending some canaries into the coal mine there, and you got to start to see, like,
That's like date 4 material.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I'm not saying
I love.
coming guns
I always
blazing, but
send my
like,
canary into the coal mine.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not going to come out and be like, fuck all religion on the first date.
Right.
But I will be like, oh, I'm not religious. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I won't come full guns blazing about my actual feelings about organized religion. But I'll send a little like, if they're like, oh no, praise Christ, I'm like, well, have a wonderful evening. I'll see ya. It's not going to work for us because it's an important issue.
Number 6, and the last one, your date leaves early.
That could be a good thing.
Maybe they had an
Like you're
emergency.
into it, but the other person
It's not
Like
into it.
you get like the other person gets the phone call. That you set up that your friend calls you but it's the date that leaves, and then you're stuck at the table with the bill.
When I
No.
got into like my 30s and started dating like age appropriate people, I sometimes
Can you clarify
Yeah.
that, please? We just talked about Brian Singer.
I sometimes
gotta
wondered
clarify
if the whole like I've got to go, I have to my babysitter's leaving. Sometimes a couple times I caught that as a lie, and I'm like, you can only do that like later in life. Like at 20, nobody's really using that excuse.
Yeah.
But the first time that somebody said that, I was like, was that an excuse? And then
Like,
I
babysitter's
called
leaving.
our
It's
mutual
okay, I
friend.
don't wanna be with someone who
and I'm
has
like,
kids
do they
anyway.
have kids? And he's just like, no, she didn't like you. And I was like, all right, well, good to know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dating, of course, sometimes you have an ex. A couple of zoos have an interesting way of celebrating Valentine's Day. So,
Like animals?
the Helmsley Conservation Center in southwest London will let you name a cockroach after your ex for
my
$2.
God. Oh my God, I have the
Whatever
perfect
name you choose for
name
the
for that.
cockroach will appear on the roach board near its enclosure. You'll also receive a certificate saying, I've named a cockroach at the Helmsley Conversation Center
Leave it at
in
its
the
door.
not-so-loving memory of my worthless ex.
I love this actually.
Yes.
The Bronx Zoo also allows you to name a Madagascar hissing cockroach after your ex. That includes a digital certificate, but that costs $15.
I'd spend the 15.
He's not worth anything, so no.
Oh, I'd 100% do it.
But it's such a
I'd
great
so do
way
it.
for
Can't
the
you, like,
zoo
name
to
a
get
star for
money
free?
coming
Yeah,
in
why
and
not?
to
But, like,
play
don't-
up people's spite.
But don't you want to? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah.
What?
I was gonna say, yeah, isn't it great that the zoo is getting money? And then I'm like, I fucking hate zoos. What am I saying?
Yes,
So,
and
like,
the money goes to the zoo.
You don't even get to keep the cockroach to step on it. You just name
That's
it.
what I was thinking. That would be amazing, is if you can name a cockroach and then step on it.
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
a
it's
zoo is
part
going to
of
be
their,
behind
like,
that, like
collection.
preservation thing
Yeah.
to let you murder
Why
a
do they even
cockroach.
have roaches at a zoo? There's so many of them in
no,
my apartment.
Like Madagascar. The roaches in your apartment
Gross.
are not Madagascar hissing roaches.
Everyone give Tito $2. He can name any cockroach in his apartment he wants.
Tito, Bob of the Week, please.
Bob of the Week this week is Fletcher. It's called Undrunk.
Undrunk.
Or sober.
Or sober, yes. If you're watching us on YouTube, and of course you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the red button. Also press the bell so you get notifications every time a new episode comes out. You can also, youtube.com/thepointguys. You can also check out you can take us with you on iTunes for our audio podcast. Check us out there. If you really want to help us out, go to our crowdfunding site, patreon.com/thepointguys. Let us know about your worst first date experience.
I don't understand why he does that.
It's hard to say worst first.
If
Worst
you join a
first.
Patreon tier at the highest level, he'll stop doing that. That's the reward.
You can comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at The Point Guys. Happy Valentine. Happy Valentine.
See, he doesn't do it, and this is what happens.
Valentine's?
Valentine. That's the Jewish version. Valentine's. Happy Valentine's Day. We have a new show every Tuesday, so we will see you next Tuesday on The Point.
I love it.
And I will have